just take a minute? Like, look at this, guys. This is amazing. But not only are these surroundings amazing, this boat is gorgeous. Like, seriously gorgeous. You know, I don't often get opportunities to test boats like this, of this caliber, so I'm obviously very excited, but it's putting me into another mindset, because the people I see, the guys that I see desiring and enjoying a boat like this, you're probably already the captain of your industry. You probably already, you know, reached that point in your life where you've had a few boats. You know boats. Let's just put it that way. And you've got a limited amount of time. This is how I envisage the people who are going to really enjoy something like this. You're going to be getting pulled in many directions, whether it's family or work or lifestyle commitments. And that fun time that you have, that limited amount of fun time, it's got to be bloody awesome. And I think a boat like this is going to give that to you. My name's Dan Jones. This is Dan's Boat Life, and today I'm on the Fairline 65 GTO. This thing is absolutely amazing. So this is the walkthrough. We have filmed a test drive video, so if you're interested in that, it's just a quick test drive, because as you can see, we're running out of light today. Subscribe and that video will come separately. But I'm going to do my best at just pointing out everything I possibly can so you guys can experience this boat with me too. But having just done a bit of a drive and taken it into the ocean and come back to this just absolutely epic destination, this just says to me what it's all about. You know, if you value your social time, if you want to be able to invite friends, and your friends maybe want to bring some more friends, and you're not worried about capacity or number of people, or your kids want to bring their mates, etc., etc., a boat of this size, it can do all of that for you. And you're probably used to being the boss in life. Let's face it. If you get a boat like this, you probably are the boss. And there's something nice about captaining your own boat. And I think in this 65-foot size range, it's still a boat that you can manage. We just drove it out of the dock, twin shafts, bow and stern thruster, variable speed. You got the joystick, not the joystick. You got the remote control, or you can operate it from the helm. This thing's totally manageable. So that's cool. Anyway, I can see the sun going down right now. So I'll just try and explain a few things that I see here. Firstly, this is just absolute epic sun lounging destination up in the bow. This boat is full of zones. I don't even know how many people you can get up here. This is like 8, 10, who knows? But just to explain what's going on, we actually have teak decking underneath here. So there is a structure that you can put in place to elevate this if you want it in the big sun lounge mode for the day. And then there is a fold out lunch table which comes out from the middle here. But if you just want to have it in a more social zone, you can actually stow these down below in the crew cabin or in the tender garage and have the teak entranceway and use it more in a bit of a lunch fashion. Got a couple of speakers there and there. We got drink holders there and there. And I think what I'm going to do is just sort of make my way forward and then go aft We're going to get inside in a second, obviously, but you can see the beautiful, the lines of this boat from the windscreen moving up. Yeah, I've tested that Fairline F33 before, and that thing got my heart racing. And this one's doing the same. Like, yeah, just good British design and engineering. I don't know if this is British design. It's a funny thing about being here in Australia. Like, we hear all these designers' names, and it's always some Italian or French name that I can't even pronounce. And at the end of the day, we are at the end of the earth. So, like, telling us that it's designed by some guy with a funny accent, like, it doesn't mean a great deal to us. So I personally, and I feel like a lot of people kind of look at boats and we just see what that designer has created and how it speaks to us, because we don't really know the bloke anyway. So this just speaks beauty, and I'm enjoying it. So anyway, we got the teak decks. It's got the grey caulking, which is quite sort of fitting for this style. Up here on the bow, I saw this sort of stainless finishing on the F33. They've basically incorporated some practical features and made it sexy. So this stainless steel here, you might have the odd rope going over the bow, probably not, because you've got your anchor set up below that. But all of this here is just gorgeous. And let's just have a look. This one first. Thank you, Chris. Okay. All right, so we got our Luma windlass just here, stainless steel chain and anchor. I'm going to keep moving, so I might miss some parts because we are really running out of light. We've got a stainless steel bow flagpole just there, making our way down the port side. So I've got drink holders here and here, but this little contraption here is for some poles. There's I think it was four carbon poles which erect a big sunshade over this whole area, because it's obviously not practical for the middle of the day without sunshade. So there is a mesh shade, and then at this time of the day you could lose that and really enjoy it. So making our way back, and there's one of these on either side. I saw one on starboard as well. Let's just have a little look. Okay, great fender and rope storage. So that's a sensible, practical place to have that up on the bow. That's good. So not too high, but I wouldn't want to make them too high because you'd ruin the looks of the boat, I think, if you made this railing too high. So don't send Grandma up here. Not that she's going to be on this boat anyway. Well, hey, who knows? Stainless steel cleat. We've got a few cleats. So there's another one further back. So we've got bow cleats. We've got these cleats just here. 2 windscreen wipers with freshwater wash function. We've got glass carrying up through to the electric opening sunroof, and that's got blinds, I saw. And then we're carrying this glass, lots of glass on this boat, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. And we have opening windows. So I think that's great from a communication and just enjoyment perspective. We weren't running the aircon. It was a little bit hot today, but it's not summer, so it was okay just to have the windows open. So making your way down here, I feel comfortable. I would feel safe on this. The boat does have a gyro, so you can activate that if you're worried about how steady you are on your feet. But you've got this here, you've got this grab rail here, which ends as you get to this spot, and you'd have to just hang on to the roof, but I don't think that's really an issue at all. Got our nav lights just here. That's a stainless steel surround, and then you can see the roof line coming down as I make my way down the side here, and let's just see what we got. Okay, fuel in, and that's drained, sensibly placed. Okay, and we've got some LED mood lighting just here. I can see a drain just here, so water when it rains is actually going to drain out there. Got a couple of breathers just there, so that's going to be for your fuel intake, I'd say. Let's have a look below here. Okay, nice, sensible little rope storage just there. That'll be good for a stern line. Let's go down on the swim platform and have a look. Yeah, look, typical Fairline. This is great. I'm a fan of good stainless, and this is great stainless. This just looks super sexy. It just carries the lines of the boat, but it's got a semi-practical function because it's going to the cleat there. You've got the winch here. That's a bit more of a Euro thing because they do stern to mooring in the Med. but you know, I'm sure we can find a use for it here as well. Got the kitty and dog door just here, and let's come down to the swim platform. So 1, 2, 3 steps. That's all teak. I've got the hydraulic passerelle coming out just there. I can see a hot and cold shower. I think that's a hot and cold shower. Swim shower it is, just there, and more lights. And then you step onto this platform. So we've come from party zone number 1. This is a whole nother party zone. You'd have to, I think, if you needed a drink and or you were offering your friends a drink on the bow, you'd have to call them on your mobile phone. They're that far away. It's like, this is a whole nother area. So we've got this awesome little transom seat, but there's heaps of space here. Like you could entertain, you could drop this down in the water. We've got the slats just here, so that's going to let the air through. You don't need to store a dinghy on the platform because we have a tender garage in here. So this is just a wonderful spot to chill out. But whilst we're here, so you've got cleats just here. These ones are just for fenders. That's obviously not for the boat. In here, you've got 2 little latches just here. I'm not going to open it right now, but this is the crew cabin in here. So that hinges up on 2 ginormous gas struts, and that is a whole crew cabin. In Australia, it's just going to be for naughty kids or for storing stuff. But you know what? If you're into some of your water sports, like if you're a scuba diver or, you know, spear fisherman or something like that, this would be a good place to store some of that expensive kit that you don't want to keep in a salty area with some of your tender and your other gear. So we've got the railing just here, and let's just move our way around. This is a fancy shower and a deck wash. Yep, that's fancy. That's kind of cool. I like that. Oh, wow! This is a rain head shower. I didn't notice this. This is cool. It's just made for me. That's great. Oh, how cool would this be on a night like tonight? No, girls, just come out here, have a shower. It's great. Just, oh my God, imagine the Insta stories. Sorry. Okay. So drink holders just there and there. Typical Fairline. You've got the backlit logo just here, and as I said, I'm not going to open it, but this is your tender garage. So this whole area is where you're going to keep your rib. And on the port side, shore power. So you've got 2 cables on this one. So that's going to be obviously for your mains and your aircon. Don't know what that is. And I'm not sure what this is.
Controls for garages, platform.
Oh, right, because I thought that was up there. So we've got dual set. Okay. There you go, multiple controls. Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. I don't think I've missed anything here. Let's make our way up and check out. I'm going to call this entertainment area number 3. So we have a whole sun lounge. Let's just put this into perspective. I'm just going to jump on this. This is huge. This is massive. So like 4 people can enjoy this. Absolutely no problems. You've got this backrest just here, so it's quite comfortable. You don't even really need to throw any throw cushions. And you've got 4 drink holders there and there and railings all around. And the boat, having just been for a drive, it's quite stable underway, so you're going to feel good. You would run on this boat at speed and sit here quite comfortably. So I note on this layout, you pass through on the port side. On the starboard side, you go forward. So if you wanted to get into the cockpit, you're going to have to do this, but let's do that and just show you what's going on, because this is amazing. And this particular area here is where I see a lot of you guys wanting to elevate your lifestyle and go and have really wonderful dinner parties in settings just like this. You know, yes, you know, you can jump on a plane and go on holidays, but why bother when you can do this? Like, you could just go to a different location. You're on holiday every weekend and you can have your whole family or some of your extended family, because this particular boat has, the owner customized it. I'm just going to put my sunnies there for now. This was a custom feature, but a lot of you are going to appreciate something like this. Obviously it has a support, which I'm not going to open just now. I'm just going to hold that. Look at that. Look at this. This is You can seat a lot of people here and have a fantastic lunch. Half of you are protected from the sun. You do have an extendable sunshade, electrically operated, which goes out. So you can press a button and that thing will protect everyone. From the rain, not so much, but you have options for that. So we're gonna get to it. I can see phone charging just here. I can see a stereo control. There is storage underneath some of these seats. So this middle one will actually hinge up just here and provide some storage. But once again, the Fairline theme, beautiful stainless. Check out these legs. How cool is that? Instead of just being boring and doing normal table legs, actually that's a little pet peeve of mine. You see so many nice boats, beautiful boats, and they all have the same concertina leg structure, which sometimes I go in there, I go, you've put so much effort and work into designing this wonderful interior, and I'm looking at these ugly table legs. So whoever thought of that, you've probably got an Italian name that I can't pronounce. Well done, really good. So more mood lights. This is all teak. Let's, I think, Chris, you go over there and look back at me here so I can just show everyone what I'm seeing here. So you guys can see that. So the roof, it ends just here. So if you didn't extend the sunshade, these people are going to be in the sun. Those people are going to be out of the sun. Obviously, when that's deployed, it's a different situation. In terms of the entertainment options, you've got lounging on starboard and you've got entertainment and operation on port. So let's go through that now while we're here. Starting just here, okay, this is more for the captain, but we've got manual bilge, we've got fire, manual fire operation. Obviously there's going to be auto. We've got all our emergency cutoffs just here. So this is, okay, so that's operation for the passerelle. And that's all passerelle operation and lights, and then the platforms down there. And this is your one-touch electric open for the sunshade, so canopy out, canopy in. That's another thing about British boats. Okay, I do a lot of European boats, and they're trying to like just please everyone with their nobody. You know, we don't do it everything in English. We do it with signs that everyone can understand. Just do it in English. so low lights, overhead lights, mood lights. So that's great. Simple to understand. Operational perspective, it's right there where you need it. And then we get into the entertainment zone. Nice stainless steel function. This is a Corian benchtop here. So I go from like, this must be a wood or some sort of plasticky material. Now that's like weatherproof. I don't exactly know what it is. Could be fiberglass actually. And then Corian top. So that's a nice little prep or presentation station. Opens up to another custom item. So this particular owner, he, as you do on a boat like this, he needed to be able to facilitate magnums of rosé standing up. So that's very important. I approve of that. So magnums out, happy days. And here we go. Ice maker? Oh, of course. So because you have your, yep, that's great. Oh my God, how cool would this be? So hence why nothing's going on in here. You could option it with a normal fridge. So that's really just for aesthetics now. And then I've got my stainless steel sink just here. Let's have a look. A little bit of storage so you can put all your Barbie gear just under there on the gas struts. And I like how they've split it in two, so you can still get to the sink. And if you've got like a platter sitting on this side, it's not going to be in the way. So that's cool. We've got big grates just here, so that's going to be stopping any water coming into the cabin. And before we go in, there's one of my favourite features about this boat is the doors. So many builders kind of cheap out on this and they go for the concertina doors or they just do the sliding doors, and then you have glass here which cuts out these two zones, or you might have half glass or all glass and then just one door here, where now if I just press that, check this out. So this is actually the whole door structure. I'm not going to do it all, but it goes up and then you can slide it across. That is just so great, because I think that's one of the most important things, being able to open this area up. As the weather changes, you can move the party from here to, let's call this entertainment zone number 4. Like, amazing. So let's just feel this out. I'm absorbing all this at a roughly the same time as you guys. But once again, let's start with the saloon. We've got gorgeous table legs. I love this table. I know there's an option to get this in a drop down with the same funky legs and turn this into a bed, but why would you? I mean, you got enough beds downstairs, so this is quite nice. And so that's can open up like that. We've got this little puffy thing here, which can move around. And then in terms of the seat itself, again, similar number of people to outside, but everybody's going to be comfortable on this. Lots of lower back support, really nice on your bum. This corner seat's quite pleasurable. And you know what? Even for a short bloke like me, I'm looking out and enjoying the views everywhere. I can see out everywhere. These windows going down to pretty much floor level are fantastic. So yeah, anyway, let's keep moving. We've got drop-down blinds. We've got these nice features here. I don't know if that's got a practical function, i.e. air conditioning or not, but it does. Okay, so that's an air conditioning outlet. That's one of the sexiest air conditioning outlets I have seen. So we've got the window line coming down, but the glass goes pretty much almost to deck level. So everybody from a seated position can enjoy the view, which is nice. Then we've got glass roof just here. That's tinted, so that's going to cut out some of the UV, but you do have a blind. So if you want to block out the sun, same for the opening roof as well. So we've got glass roof, tinted glass, but the blinds can block it out. And then we have down lighting in terms of strip lighting and actual down lights themselves. So that's quite nice. Let me just work my way to here. So just here, kind of makes sense. It's a pop-up flat screen TV facing the guests, so that's kind of logical. Leather stitched, finished on the high glossed timber, and then so that just looks like TVs and stereos and all that sort of stuff. And this is all your glassware. So let's just see how this opens. That's quite fancy. So that's all your glassware. Beautiful. Beautifully laid out. And okay, more of the same. So you're not struggling for space. This is like a Corian once again. And look at this curve. That must have been hard to make. That's quite nice. So that goes over. And then on the back here, you've got a bit more of like it's the same textured finish as what we see here. So you go from the Corian to this texture here. And then we have these pull down blinds, and then you can operate them from here. Stereo system, top of the range, everything on this boat. So that's the stereo, and there's subwoofers dotted all the way around. So we've got the ice maker out there. We've got the fridge for magnums of rosé. And then we have the freezer. This is a proper handle just here. So that's a top standing freezer just there. And then another decent fridge just there. And then as we move our way forward, I've got this, must be one of these microwave convection oven thingamajiggies, Fisher & Paykel. Yep, you can tell I do a lot of cooking. And pot and pan storage, so that's plenty deep just there. And just here, okay, this is a Bosch, induction. Okay, I know what this is. Looks like you've got 2 or 4 burners here. 4, okay, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can do a lot of cooking on this. But in terms of a practical sense, you've got air here and air here. So if you were cooking something a little bit smelly, you can get some cross flow going through the boat, and that's kind of logical. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got a dishwasher. Lovely. Oh, beautiful. Oh, and then another little one in here. So look at how neatly laid out all that is. That's fantastic. And bin. And okay, so that's your platter storage. So your plates, your cutlery, your platter. You've got a fire extinguisher in there. So there's a place for everything. So stainless steel sink here, hot and cold tap there. This is your primary galley. And this is a good place for knives and tongs and all that sort of stuff. this is your primary galley, but there is actually another small galley downstairs. It's kind of like the maid's kitchen, so to speak. Can we say, do we have maids? But anyway, you know what I mean. So let's move our way to the helm. I'm just trying to soak everything up. There's so much going on here. Beautiful leather ceiling surrounds around the roof, and then we go to that same texture that we saw here, which is this lighter texture, and then we have a mixture of the same moving forward. They've got a sensible finish with dark leather up the front, because that's going to knock out any of the glare. But as you pass down, and we won't go down just yet, we've got cross-stitch leather, so that's just really, really nice. And then brown, this is like a brown leather I'm looking at just here, which is wrapping the helm, and the helm console itself, this is more of like a cream, I guess you'd call this a cream, I don't know, wrapped leather with black inserts. So we've got leather, and then the actual dash itself. So where do we start? I'm going to get into the corner and try and point out everything that I can see. So we've got the drop-down window. I'm just in the passenger's seat. The helm seat is in the middle. The helm console, this is pretty impressive. Like, there's no other way to describe it. I've got triple Raymarine flat screens flush mounted at the top. So these screens just here will basically give you whatever you want, because you can feed, they're multifunction displays. Then we have air conditioning at the helm. It is always nice to have air conditioning at a helm in Australia. We have a drink holder just here. We've got a knickknacks. Oh no, I beg your pardon. That's not knickknacks at all. That is your start, stop. We've got Fireboy, Spotlight, Anchor, Seakeeper operation, and then your keys and your engine start, stop in here. So that's cool. I actually like how they have gotten that out of your line of sight, because it keeps this dash sexy. Because if you look at this, if this was on display with these big buttons all the time, it kind of ruins the vibe, whereas hiding it makes a lot of sense. Just got a couple of USB chargers just here, so you can charge some phones, a couple of phones here if you need. Ergonomic throttles for the C18s on this one, and then your Raymarine primary display just here. So that's kind of makes sense. You can put, engine diagnostics, power, and all your boat systems on that screen and monitor the vessel itself. And then on your main screens, you can break them up with navigation, etc. Trim tabs just here. You've got the keypad, I should say, for the flat screen. So if you don't want to be using the flat screen itself, or if you're bouncing around through some waves, that's handy to use. Got some boat systems just here. So I got horn, deck, interior, exterior, alarm, helm, anchor. So these are all lights, and then roof open and close. The wheel itself, this is all leather stitched, and you've got the Fairline logo, and that's all, looks like it's hand stitching just in here. And then this appears to be, it is adjustable. So this has got some adjustment this way and this way. And then we've got a compass centrally mounted. You might use a compass on a boat like this, because you can do a bit of coastal cruising. Windscreen wiper wash operation just here. So individually operated, wash them, and then turn the speed up and down. You've got your autopilot just here. And this is your variable speed electric thrusters, bow and stern. So you've got a joystick for that. Not a joystick, a remote control, I should say. But if you are operating from the helm, you can just use this as well. So these are great, because if you are, if you've got a little bit of wind and you just need to hold position for a while, you can actually keep running the thrusters, rather than your traditional electric thrusters, which you should only use in sort of 2 to 5 second bursts. These ones, you can just leave them on slow speed and just hold position. So that's kind of handy. Basically the same idea as hydraulic thrusters. I can see all my boat systems hidden under this flap just here. So all the boat systems are individually marked just there, which is super easy. Bilges, operation, etc. I won't go through them individually, but they're all there. I got my gen sets. I've got two band of gen sets on this boat. I can operate them both from just here, and that one looks like climate control just there. So before we go downstairs, we can't miss these helm chairs. These are great. So this is a boat that you're going to get to your lunch destination quickly and have an amazing lunch, get to your weekend spot, quickly and have an amazing weekend, but you're also going to cruise up the coast. And that means you might be eating up a few miles, and that means you could be running all day long. And I can't think of a better place to observe the days running from than a chair like this. I've got electric operation, up, down, forward and back just here, so little guys like me can still reach the wheel. I've got a footrest just here. This is adjustable up and down, and it will also fold out of the way. So yeah, you basically have everything. You and your partner can be here at the helm, comfortable and enjoying the ride. Okay, come with me downstairs. I think what we'll do, we'll check out the VIP, which is all the way up forward, and then we'll show you the master at the end. So what we'll do, Chris, you go into the loo just there, and I'm going to close this door so you guys can appreciate this. So my first observation, big, thick, heavy cabin doors with rubber surrounds. Kind of good if you're making some noise down here. Like, not that you plan on doing that, but I'm just saying. Cabins at the end of each end of the boat and big, thick doors. So many manufacturers forget that little important tidbit. So anyway, we've got some really nice, we're seeing basically the styling is flowing through into the cabin. So I've got this same brown leather, this textured finish here, and I can see out with these whole windows here, but I do have blinds. So I've got some blinds to pull down just here. Whoops, I'll do that a little bit more gentle next time, but I have opening lockers with a fiddle, so nothing's going to fall out. 1, 2, 3. So you've got same again on port side, so starboard and port. At the head of the bed, you've got air conditioning just there, and you can also have natural ventilation through this opening escape hatch just here. So proper big island bed, nothing special about that, but I'll tell you what, the bed base is pretty nice. Okay, so this is leather wrapped with high gloss timber, and I hope you guys can see this, big storage drawers with leather inserts, probably some more air conditioning in or out at the floor just there, and thick, this is supported carpet. So there's carpet, but there must be some rubber or something underneath it, because when you walk around it feels soft underfoot. So I've got a hanging locker just here, and it looks like I have another one on that side. So this is great. I mean, it's a 65-foot boat, so it's kind of what you would expect. Flat screen here, and a full-size floor-to-ceiling mirror on the back of the door just there, which is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually open that door. You guys go out that way and then follow me back in, because I'm going to actually... No, we'll do it this way. So the door that Chris just came out was the private access to the day head, but it's also your private head. So let's just show you there. Can you see that? So head, separate shower, and window out. I wonder if I can get in there and show you. Okay, hello. So, heaps of space. We've got water repellent finishes, glossy doors, and I've got the separate shower just here, but that's all. It's got a seat, it's got a place for your soap and your shampoos, and it's got a rain head, shower head. So yeah, this is all very nice. Underneath or behind here, that's quite deep actually. And see how it's split up into sections. So multiple guests, everyone can bring their toiletries bags, and they've got their own spot. So that's kind of cool. So let's move our way back a little bit. I'm just going to close this very thick padded door. Nice one, Fairline. Thank you for thinking sensibly with that. So, okay, access into the bilge, and that looks like holding tank. And I also note that the floor panels are on rubber bases, so that's cool. That's good to see. Got a little leather insert just here. That's just a bit of finishing, I would say. And there is a head behind here, but we're going to get to that in a second. So before I get there, another little customization. It's good to see that Fairline are doing these sorts of things for the various owners. So this is a neat little desk. So, you know, if you were in lockdown and you were trying to work on one of the other zones of the boat and your kids were doing some homeschooling, send them down here. How good's that? Or there's multiple uses in the world that we've just lived in for the last 2 years where that's going to be handy. So that's kind of cool. Large storage bins. I'm just going to open one of them. Very, very deep, sensible for safety gear, safety grab bags, or long-term storage, you know. So that's a good spot for those sorts of things. Easy to grab and quite large. So just in here, I want to make sure you guys can see this. This is the maid's kitchen or the other kitchen or whatever you want to call it. But there is the possibility to have a cabin in this space. So we're on a 3-cabin layout. It can be a 4-cabin layout. So this area would be the cabin and the upstairs layout would be slightly different. But let's just go through what we have here. We have a very large fridge, Millet, that's fancy, just there. And then freezer. I love these proper fittings just here. 3-drawer freezer just there. And in the corner, we've got a nice Corian bench top, a single sink just here, hot and cold tap. Got a little window so you can get some ventilation through here. And then storage with a small bin. Couple of deep drawers just there. You can have a stand-up bottles in there. And then we just have some storage just here. So yeah, this is neat. And no blinds in here. It's not a cabin, so it's not the end of the world. So as I walk through, I can your headroom increases, you know, dramatically in this central part. You've got this leather-wrapped handhold, more beautiful stainless steel, and even the stairs with their backlighting. It's quite nice, but this stainless steel strip just gives you a little bit of grip as you come down the stairs. And you're looking up through what is like a skylight, but it's not a skylight, it's the windscreen. So that's cool. And then you've got the diamond leather stitching, which wraps around, kind of completes that whole area. So this is really cool. So come down 2 stairs and we're on our way into the master, the owner's cabin. So before we get there, you can keep an eye on all your systems. So you can manually operate all your fuses at the switchboard just there. So that's cool and easy. And then in here,
optional washer dryer in there.
Optional washer dryer, currently alcohol storage. And this looks like more access into the bilge. I like being able to get into the bilge. It's all nicely flow coated. I can see some mid-bilge pumps. I hate it when they hide that stuff away from you on some boats. And now I'm onto this soft carpet again through a very thick sealed door. And welcome into the master. Like, whew. This is nice. So it's kind of what you would expect on a boat of this size because it is 65 feet. But headroom is fantastic. I'm 5'7" and I've got plenty of space, so tall blokes are going to be fine. I've got a lounge on starboard and this whole different setup on port. So I'm going to go over there and explain that to you because I'm discovering as you are. Chris, why don't you go over there and point back to me? I'm just kind of soaking all this in first. So we've got this little design feature on either side, high gloss timber running through. This cabin has a whole different feel about it compared to all the other cabins in the boat. Because of these big windows, it's kind of like you've entered your own little nest, your own little, I'm looking out now, the sun's just gone down. You'll get that in the background when you come around to the other side. This is beautiful. So we've got drop down blinds if you want the privacy, but if you're in a place like this and you want to appreciate the view, you're not missing anything, and it just does create quite a good vibe when you're down here. But then you've got drawers here. I'm not sure if that one is a drawer, but you do have a drawer here and here. And then you've got bedside tables, which the bed head molds into like a bedside table, and you do have a little drawer there as well. I got some entertainment station just here, another drawer here which I missed, and then a huge amount of working area with this leather stitched bench top just here. So you've got gloss and a practical area, so it's kind of beautiful and then practical in the middle with a mirror just forward of that. Then we've got our flat screen TV here, so you're not struggling for entertainment when you come down into your nest. There's a couple of really interesting things going on just here. So before I get there, nice little reading lights, but I love this feature. So the timber is set back about 1.5 inches, and you've got some backlighting going all the way around. It's like a painting, but not having to have a painting. Does that make sense? But yeah, it really sort of lifts that whole headboard or that bulkhead in quite a simple but elegant way. So I like that. So Chris, you stay there and keep pointing back at me. I'm just going to try and point out what I see here. So hopefully you can see through this window and just get the remaining light of the day, because that's gorgeous. So that's what I was saying about just appreciating all of this. But as we move our way around, we've got lovely little lounge, perfect for a couple. Drawer. This is probably for one of those makeup. Yeah, this is for your makeup or ladies things, which makes sense because it's right next to a large mirror. PowerPoints all the way around, by the way. So each side of the bed, just there. So you can charge your phones and your computers and put your laptops up and they can be on charge. We've got speakers on either side as well. So obviously the bed's beautiful and large. It's not super high off the floor. It's probably only 1.5 feet, and that gives you lots and lots of headroom in here, which makes it feel a lot larger. So come and explore. There's more. There is more. This is great. Like, this is luxurious. So we're moving into the owner's private head and shower. It's all walk-in and it's almost full beam. So this shower door here, this is a much slightly plusher feel compared to the VIP. This is, 2 people could have a shower in here, no problems, because check out this rain head just here. That's cool. And then you have the hand-operated one just there. And this is like a Korean finish just here and here. So that's super nice. Then we've got the loo just here. And yeah, all of these are opening. Not as deep as in the other one, but you've got more of them. So 1, 2, just here and here. And another little spot just here. I feel like that's just made for a little pot plant, something to look cool. That's a really fancy little tap fitting just there. Storage underneath here as well. So you're not wanting for anything on this boat. And then, wow, a heated towel rack. That's luxury. I've always wanted one of those. That's cool. More access into the bilge. And before we get there, check that out for a closet. So this is just such a functional space. And there's more. I don't know if I should tell you about the last little thing because it's supposed to be a secret. Should I tell them? What do you reckon? Yeah. Okay, so this is a bit James Bond, but is that how you do it?
Just pop it.
That secret room. It's a boat with a secret room. I think that is so cool. You know? And look, if you were in some dodgy place and you were worried about your valuables, it's got a safe. That's where you hide it. Awesome. That's super James Bond. So yeah, I think that's the interior, guys. Come with me. Let's go upstairs and just catch the last little bit of the sunset, if it is still stunning. And I'll give you my final thoughts on this absolute stunner of a boat. Check this out. Life's good. So, yeah. What can I say? I mean, I think this boat does the talking for me because from every angle, it's just absolutely gorgeous. But if you are somebody who is that captain of industry, let's face it, who has all the options in the world to do what you want to do, and you want to just enjoy that little bit of free time that you do have in the best way possible, I think that's when you look at a boat like this Fairline, because it is going to do all those things for you. It is going to allow you to invite extra guests, allow you to take your extended family, but it's still going to enable you to enjoy what is quite a large boat just with a partner because of the way it's been set up. So yeah, if that's you, you need to talk to the guys from One Brokerage. They're the Fairline dealers all around Australia. They've been selling a lot of these, and I believe there is one of these available in 2022. So you must speak to them if that's you. My name's Dan Jones. This has been Dan's Boat Life. I've enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one.